Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You know, listen to the mind of an Terry's Mill. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And you're now watching the Supreme Ka off of Dragon Ball Z. Happy Halloween, every goddamn body. And look, we're going to talk about these motherfucking energies today because I already feel the passion. I feel the energy already. Look, the moon that has slid her monkey ass in motherfucking Leo, so you need to know all this extra energy that you're being forced by right now and being forced to react and respond to. And you know, it's that fixed fire, so it's that fire that can be felt. It's that fire that can be seen. It's that fire that's heating your goddamn oven and your stove. It's that fire that's heating your goddamn household. It's that motherfucking fire that y'all need at the motherfucking campfire, that y'all need the seed lit up, so y'all can motherfucking heat up y'all can of beans or marshmallows and shit like that and have a good camping day and shit like that. That's what you actually gonna feel. But not only that, Mercury just slid his little curiosity monkey ass into motherfucking Sagittarius. So this is an extra emphasis of energy we got to speak about on what's actually going on. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, you know, the sun is still in Scorpio. So we're still representing having spotlight and being aware of things that's behind the scenes. So things are not really wanting to be logical right now. The things that you see, the things you're paying attention to, you're not looking at it in a logical way. You're looking at it from a behind the scenes realm. So it's not even good to try to participate into other people's lives and try to construct other people's lives in ways right now, aka give a lot of advice, because everybody is kind of in their own fixated waters right now. Everybody are paying attention to their own fixated feelings and emotions. So right now people can be stubborn or they can be consistent. Now depending on what polar shift that they are on, you will see the attributes how it would play out. You will see a person getting washed up by the energies and now they're getting looked at as negative, or you will see a person putting the energies into themselves and they can gain the prosperity off of it. But for the most part, that's the Scorpio energy. So you need to understand everybody is paying attention to their own imagination and trying to curate it in some type of way. And everything is not going to be expressed. Certain things going to be hidden. Certain actions, certain perceptions, certain viewpoints going to be hidden. Just for the sake of showing what you only want to be shown because of how you want to vibrate that fixated water. And everybody can't resonate with everybody based upon us trying to share space. So when we talk about the sun being in Scorpio, a motherfucker, a killer motherfucker that's smothered in their space. A motherfucker, a killer motherfucker. And when I ain't talking about killing physically, where it could be like that, it can manifest third dimensional wise if you're paying attention to this energy a lot. But for the most part, when you're trying to resonate into your own fixated waters, aka your own imagination, your own feelings and emotions about things, soon as somebody else try to melt that ice, try to budge your water so you can consciously flow with everybody else or be relatable, then it's gonna jump into a Mars-like energy because Mars rules Scorpio, and it's gonna jump into a power and control type energy because transformation is ruled by Pluto, and that's also the co-ruler of Scorpio. So all that is gonna jump into play anytime somebody threatens your state of being in some way, shape, or form. And you're also willing to utilize someone else's state of being just for the sake of having your state of being more comfortable. So if you need to apply somebody else to your space based upon how they think or their ideas, you will utilize that person's talent in order for you to be safe just because you can't sustain yourself through an astral travel. So it goes through manipulations too. So that's what you need to understand. Now, when we talk about the moon sliding into Leo, right? This is everybody going to feel the need to react and respond to expressing themselves in certain type of ways. Being center stage for their viewpoints. What is Leo? Leo is fixed fire. Being fixated on your own way of seeing and feeling about things. So right now, everybody's actions and the way they react going to have to learn from each other. The things that make you feel comfortable may not necessarily be what you need to act upon and pay attention to at the moment. And the things you're acting on and paying attention to at the moment may put you in certain scenarios that make you feel uncomfortable. So these are the 6 scenarios that we have to do in order to create this learning process that the square is creating when we got the sun square the moon. See what I'm saying? All right. Let me get 3D. All right. Now, for the most part, everybody's true state of being, now depending on the moon signs right now, if you have a sun, moon, and ascendant in Taurus, Aquarius, or Scorpios and motherfucking Leos is put up in the front right now. But all the fixed signs, if you have a sun, moon, and ascendant right there, you're going to be feeling some extra energies right there. Feeling extra energies into your actions and your wants, aka your sun, your reactions and how you respond to things, and your true state of being, aka your moon. And your personality and personal issues you manifest in your life and your personal affairs, aka your ascendant, your rising sign. So these are going to be like something you have to learn from or see an obstacle that you have to get over, or something you have to relate and create balance between, or something you may have to sit out for this time. If you a sun, moon, ascendant, and Leos, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, because these are the fixed signs. You see what I'm saying? So y'all are placed on the stage right now for everybody else to look at and eat popcorn and shit. You see what I'm saying? So be aware of that. Make sure if you are going to be on the stage, make sure you're not on the negative end. Make sure you're on the positive end. And we're going to break that down also. Because when Mercury slide in to Sagittarius, see right now this is sliding out of the realm of using strategy, and this is putting Mercury in a realm of faith or wisdom or spirituality. Now, think about it. Mercury doesn't like to be in this space or this sign. So for the most part, Mercury likes to analyze, communicate, think. You know what I'm saying? Use logic, rationality. You see what I'm saying? So it likes to look at the instructions. When it's in Sagittarius, it's forced to do these things on meanings and reasonings. It's forced to use logic and intellect and rationality on meanings and reasonings. Faith, spirituality. You know what I'm saying? What's the wisdom and knowledge behind something? And Mercury doesn't do well here. So if you are a person who got Mercury in Pisces or Sagittarius, be aware of these things, because you may find yourself wanting to come across in a certain way and you might not be effective and successful at that. So keep that in mind also. So for the most part, things is not going to be clearly understood communicative wise. So if you are a person who naturally got good communication abilities, people around you who don't get good communication abilities, is going to be that much more of them not understanding you. So you have to keep that in mind also, because Mercury is used for some shit that should only be internal right now. So when people choose to express, aka bring out the Mercury energy externally to a person, place, or thing outside of them, it's not going to be perceived as it was perceived when you was utilizing the Mercury intellect internally. Because when it's in Sagittarius right now, you see what I'm saying? And it was like that even in Scorpio too. So it's just Scorpio was a little bit more strategic. So it was a little bit more, let me weigh things out before I just express. Now it's in Sagittarius, it's just going to express, but the express going to be back to supported by spirited or passion or fire, which is imagination. Then this is mutable fire, being mutable and being able to adapt to its own or other people's ways of seeing and feeling about things, aka imagination and feeling. And by default, that brings a sign, a person, or a star to a broad perspective of something. So Mercury just got a broad perspective of how people see and feel about things in general, like broad philosophical points of views of things. But how can Mercury bring this into a word or a language that people can understand it, or structure a sentence around it that people can fully understand it? And that's where Mercury gonna have a hard time into Sagittarius. So if you are in this position, you will have a hard time, regardless of how good your own natal alignment is. The people around you who may not have a good alignment with their Mercury, they still not going to understand you. So you have to keep that in mind also. So it's a big old energy right now because the moon motivates the sun. So for the most part, everybody is reacting and responding to their own fixated way of seeing and feeling about things. So people are reacting and responding to wanting to be seen, wanting to express themselves, wanting to enjoy something, wanting to fixate themselves onto a certain idea or imagination that they can actually be seen center stage for, or they could put somebody else in that center stage, and they could just be the person who make the stage and make the curtains and shit, but set the stage to the point that your setting the stage still allows you to get praise in some type of way, regardless if you're the star player or the actual artist in front of the stage when it's all said and done. You see what I'm saying? It's like a lot of this kind of energy going on, being relatable, but also having your own passion and fire also. That's what separates Leo from Aries. Aries would be totally disgruntled. Leo know how to relate its disgruntledness with someone else, therefore know how to make a part, but still be seen for what it's a part of. So this is what makes them center stage of the circumstance. You see what I'm saying? You be center stage of the being in the center, you was in the center, and the circumstance is the stage. Leos know how to do that, or they know how to set the stage for something. So they know how to create a type of vibe or feeling or a way of seeing something, so that prospect of what everybody is seeing from this Leo can be actually seen in the way that the Leo actually imagined it within themselves, aka a fixated emotion, a fixated feeling and a fixated way of seeing things. So for the most part, this is being filtered out, and this looks like Scorpio right now. So this may look like manipulation right now. Anytime a person uses their finesse and swag, this may look like manipulation. This may look like negativity. This may look like a person trying to get over. This may look like a person keeping secrets. This may look like a person hiding. This may look like a person diving too much into shared values, aka worrying about what you can do and what you have so they can utilize that for their benefits. You see what I'm saying? This is what all that Leo look like. Wherever the moon is at, that's the world we are in, and then the sun is gonna be how that world look, aka how everybody is creating that world, how everybody is paying attention to that world, how everybody is taking shape and form to that world, all the seeds that's growing from that world. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So by the moon being in Leo, everybody is reacting and responding to being expressive and things of that nature. Yeah, my fault. I gotta get a better stand in this shit. Shit was looking kind of wobbly. But yeah, for the most part, like I was saying, motherfucking Leo, being in the motherfucking moon, this is how everybody reacting and responding to things. So, you know, anytime you jump in, look, Leo represents expression in general. So anytime anybody is jumping into fully expressing themselves right now, is going to be seen as the opposing person, or the people you are around, or the crowd is going to be seen as a little dark or negative, or you trying to get over in some type of way. Just because the sun, what everybody can see, is in the dark right now. So the moon is what's actually everybody's state of being is wanting to react to. And so when people react to that energy, the way it's going to be seen is in some 8th house type of shit. It's going to be seen as a little bit dark or narcissistic or shit like that. So you got to keep that in mind. And then with Mercury going into Sagittarius, communication is not going to be clear. Communication is kind of going to be up in the air. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be kind of fire, kind of light. It's not going to be heavy enough to be brought down into this realm of reality, into density, to make sense based upon this dimension. So this duality, this density. So when you got a lot of intellect that's way up here, and then you try to utilize some intellect up here to make sense down here, you got to create foundation, structure, aka analyze, use rationality, use logic. And it's hard to do that with Sagittarius and with Mercury being in Sagittarius, because you're trying to analyze and think about the rationality of the meaning and reason and shit. So you find yourself utilizing all your intellect to attack the meaning and reasoning behind the actual situation or circumstance in the first place. Now here's a motherfucking prime example right here. Because goddamn it, y'all motherfuckers ain't even give me a goddamn chance to talk about the goddamn energies yet before y'all motherfuckers started getting washed up by the goddamn energies with this moon being in goddamn Leo. And I'm talking about when I woke up this goddamn morning, I seen a goddamn debate that Sonetta was having and shit. They set up motherfucking Nature Boy and shit to have a motherfucking debate with Brother Polite. And so I'm like, goddamn, these motherfuckers ain't even give me a chance. Y'all motherfuckers already showcasing this goddamn moon and Leo energy. Now, for the most part, you're seeing this at first hand. So if you ain't seen this debate, what you're actually seeing is the positive side of Leo and the negative side of Leo. Because here's what's actually going on. Now there's no right or wrong when I say negative or positive. When I just say negative or positive, I'm talking about Brother Polite. He's a sun sign Leo, and Eligio is a moon sign Leo. So what you're actually seeing being portrayed within this debate, you're seeing one person showing the Leo, and you're seeing another person reacting to the Leo. Now here's the actual thing that's actually going on and shit, right? Now since Nature Boy is a moon in Leo, right? What is Leo? Leo is fixed fire, being fixated on its own way of seeing and feeling about things. So a lot of times it has its own views, and it can lead into consistency or stubbornness. But you'll know what polar shift you're on based upon how what you manifest. If you manifest a lot of negative and you on the opposite end of things, then you're on the wrong shift. You're on the stubbornness. If you manifest people looking at you like you make sense, or like you kind of overcame something or something like that, you utilize the energy for yourself. So therefore you was consistent and you utilize the energy of yourself. So therefore you let the energies work for you, so you could gain the benefits of it and the fruits and fruition of it. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, here's what you're actually seeing throughout that debate. You're seeing one person wanting to express their feelings and emotions. So Eligio, since he's a moon in Leo, he's reacting to the energies wanting to get his internal subconscious realm seen. You know what I'm saying? He needing to express his internal realm, express his feelings and emotions about things. So therefore, it's not going to come out as whatever he's expressing as logic or rationality. It's going to come out as Leo. Leo fixed fire, having a fixated way of seeing and feeling about things. And since the moon is in Leo, it's making everybody react and respond to those energies. So since Eligio is a moon in motherfucking Leo, you're seeing that first class based upon a debate. You're seeing a person who's wanting their emotions and feelings or their internal concepts of something to be seen. And a lot of times when you want an internal thing to be seen, you have not logically put it through the left brain to create shapes and squares around that circle for it to logically make sense in this dimension. Therefore, you express chaos, or you express the fire that's not no structure. And any fire that don't have no, this is why I need a goddamn lighter here. I am a fire sign. I know about this shit. So this is why you need a goddamn lighter, because without no structure and without no sense of direction, it'll burn down the whole fucking neighborhood, aka chaos, aka not having no structure or no fireplace to actually understand how this fire is dancing. So you know what I'm saying? Eligio is playing out on that side. Now when you see Brother Polite is a sun sign Leo. So what you're seeing on him, how he reacted to the energies, is he's the sun sign Leo. So he's showing the Leo. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have anything to do with emotions. He's expressing how his manners, or he's expressing how he want to be seen. Motherfucker, goddamn, he probably ain't even planning on having that goddamn debate. He just wanted to be goddamn seen that day. Motherfucker, brother Pillay had on the goddamn white jean outfit and shit. Motherfucker, he had the motherfucker white shoes with the motherfucker gold stripe. You couldn't tell that nigga he wasn't fresh. Goddamn it. You couldn't tell that nigga he didn't want to be seen that goddamn day. He was a goddamn fool if you ain't think brother Pillay ain't motherfucking fresh that day. Shit, goddamn it, he wanted to be seen. That's a goddamn Leo sun. So like, goddamn it, motherfucker, what I told you, you gonna see the two sides. So for the most part, you seen on the Eligio side, you seen a person whose internal realm wanted to be expressed. His feelings wanted to express. And then on the positive side, you seen Brother Polite showing the sun sign of Leo. His actions, the way he act, how he see things, how he view things. He wanted that to be seen. He wanted that to be expressed. He wanted that to be shown. So you had two polar shifts of Leo being clashed with two niggas being washed up by the energies of the moon being in Leo today. So you end up having a spontaneous, fiery ass motherfucking debate that was spontaneous and unplanned. Cause it was fire. And I'm walking around fucking up my motherfucking altar and shit like that because I'm a goddamn Leo ascendant, so I'm the motherfucking Supreme Cop Dragon Ball Z today and shit like that. You can't tell me I ain't. I don't care if I ain't wearing green. I'm wearing tan, but goddamn it, he was wearing my jewelry. Flavors, bitch, goddamn air. He love y'all, this motherfucker.